Goodness comes and evil goes. Kimungo.
Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that that will bring for African people wherever we happen to be on the face of this earth. Karibu, welcome. My name is Quendi, and today we're going to get into another important subject, and that subject is the economic colony. Colonization comes in a number of different forms, and certainly African souls ought to be experts on this because it's been such an imposition from outside forces during the continuing ma'afa of recent centuries. Of course, the one of the major thrusts was the Berlin Conference of 1884-1885 that carved up or apportioned pieces of Africa and its resources to the European so-called powers. There are things to consider in the unfolding of colonization and what it means to be a quote-unquote colony. The progressive thinker Juanza Kanjufu has cited some important characteristics in terms of the economic colonization or the economic features of being a colony. And they are adapted and detailed thus: low per capita income, high birth rate, high infant mortality rate, small, weak socioeconomic affluence, low rate of capital formation and domestic savings, an economy dependent on external markets. Major export is labor, a tremendous demand for products consumed by wealthier nations. Most of the land and businesses are owned by foreigners. Indigenous entrepreneurship is limited. So those are the key characteristics then that Juanza Kanjufu highlighted in his vintage works. And many of those can be explicitly or implicitly recognized in African life throughout the world, wherever we happen to be. It may not be so popular to discuss conditions as an internal colony, though the characteristics may well apply. And so examining things in this light can give insight to the conditions and the steps that can be taken to elevate oneself out of the circumstance to higher levels of functioning, higher levels of economic prowess. And so for each of the characteristics highlighted as being a feature of what a colony is, there can also be features or characteristics highlighted as to what can be done by the African to elevate or be a focus area for Africans to lift themselves into betterment, into more progressive orientation and economic elevation. So springboarding then from the characteristics cited by Juanza Kanjufu, the following can hopefully provide some useful framework. Africans then can establish their best possible per capita income. Africans can then encourage the limiting of births to those in formal marriage only. And that's well ordered in any case, because in areas where repopulation of the African must be brought to fruition, ordered relationships that brings forth new life is always a progressive thing. Be as healthy as possible. Establish best possible socioeconomic affluence in genuine substance. Establish best possible person group capital and securely invest in genuine substance. Establish self-governed markets. Trade with rightful value placed on resource, product, or service provision. Be value rooted for self-betterment in commercial consumption. Own land, property, business, and so on. Develop and grow in the sphere of entrepreneurship. And these points will surely provide, at the very least, some areas of focus that can be engaged in by using the dynamics of the African natural genius flow and applying it accordingly to maximize potential and capability in the various spheres and circumstances that we may traverse. So with that food for thought, and surely it is food for thought, Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that that will bring for African people wherever we happen to be on the face of this earth.
Restore your economy, your own economy. It's in you. It's inside of you. Bring forth that living spirit in you.